go live.
Hit it, Tone.
Got it. It's going live. We're live. Welcome to Hammer Dahn! Number one sports gambling podcast coming out of the Pat McAfee Incorporated offices. I am Tone Diggs.
Had a baby Tone.
I like that. I like that. Not gonna lie. You notice I did pause for that. Bubblegum Pino's here.
Yes, sir.
Baby Mitt's here.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
Mitt.
Jay's here.
Jason back.
Oh, CJ. Oh, okay. Well, Mitt's like Jay. I thought you left maybe. Hammer Dahn. I had a pretty solid weekend. How about you?
50-50.
50-50.
Saturday footy
Well,
was
how
good.
about-
Baseball stunk. Sunday footy was tough. Baseball was good.
I set you up for fucking failure on Friday because I told you to look up what your footy record was, and I told you to put it out. And when you do that, you know that you're fucking.
You are playing with fire, my friend.
You're playing with fire, and you are tempting the footy gods.
It started off 0-2 Saturday.
I know.
And we were down in the other two games. I was like, oh, this is ball. I'm about to get skunked.
But did you battle?
Yeah, so Saturday was 4-2. It was Sunday.
Okay.
So the Arsenal game, like the VAR to sewer that to start the day. And then it just went sideways from there. Like Real Betis blew 2 leads. Like it was just ugly.
Tone, did you guys have a winner on the rollover this
Yeah.
weekend? You
Yeah.
did? I submitted my first rollover, and I lost all but one of those bets.
Well, Bill, that's why you're not on the show. So let's fucking keep it that way.
Should almost. 0 for 10 might be worth something, Bill.
I mean,
Keep trying. If you get 0 for 10, I mean,
we might have to cash in on this.
I obviously had good Thursday, good Friday, and then Saturday I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I put out the picks though, went 5-3.
Yeah.
We battled. Sunday, on the 7th day, we rested. Okay.
you did nothing.
I took yesterday off. I needed a day to clear the gambling brain. Sometimes you need that. I didn't even look at the board to see how I would have done. All I know is I did watch Sunday Night Baseball last night, and fucking Kyle Hendricks got absolutely blasted in the first inning.
I think he gave up more home runs last night than he did all last
Did he
year.
give 4 or 5?
Wrigley. I mean, he gave up 4 in the first, right?
That's what I meant in the first. How many did he give up? And they were well
shots.
hit, dude. They were well hit. They
The
weren't
one
just
Freddie
sneaking
Freeman hit was fucking on the freeway, dude.
gone.
Yeah.
I would be a terrible host if I didn't ask Gumpy how he felt about the Super League and his team, Liverpool, potentially leaving the EPL.
Do you want me to dive into what it is, or does that matter?
No, if you don't know about the Super League, there's 12 teams already, 15 potentially, who are trying to create their own cup, basically.
Scumbags. This has nothing to do. This is nothing to do with the team, the players, the coaches. This is all the fucking owners. It's an absolute. They interviewed Klopp before the game today, and the players and coaches know nothing about it. So don't they played Leeds today, and people are coming at them like Gary Neville and Rio Ferdinand, who I have hated my whole life because they're Man United legends, came out against Manchester United. Like, this doesn't happen in soccer. Like, he summed it up perfectly. He called them bottle merchants.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly right. Like, this isn't Liverpool. This isn't Man United. This isn't Chelsea. This isn't Tottenham. This isn't Man City. This is John Henry. This is the Glazers. It's Roman Abramovich. It's whoever owns Man City. It's Kroenke. It's Daniel Levy. Like, they're the only ones to blame for this. And it's just like, kick them out of the EPL. Fuck it. I would. There's nothing to play for. If they're playing in the EPL and they don't need to come top 4 to make the Champions League, there's no fucking point.
I agree.
It's disgusting. Arsenal furloughed people who worked for their club, and now they're doing this. Tottenham reached out to the government for help, and now they're doing this. Like, all this is a money grab. You can't, and people will say, well, the teams want to play for their national team. Like, anybody who plays for England wants to fucking bring it home. Like, it's been so long. Like, I don't think there's enough. If it was all about money, Players would have signed in China years ago to play there because they have the most money. This can't happen. You can't, like, Leeds and Liverpool are playing right now, and I do not give a shit. And I can't tell you the last time that I ever did not care about a Liverpool game happening since I was born.
Probably since you're born.
Yeah.
The beauty of footy to me is, like, you can't tank because you'll get relegated.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, Man City's got a huge lead at the top of the table or whatever, but they're still battling to be in the top 4 so that you can make the Champions League.
Like, when you get promoted to the English Premier League, it is a fucking like, teams in the FA Cup, like, you see, like, Crawley Town, who was second division this year. If they play a game at Tottenham, that can fund their team for fucking years and years. You just can't. And then you did this. Imagine if there was fans right now in the stadium. That's why they did this now.
Because there's no fans.
If there was fans, they would fucking burn these places down. Like, this is. I mean.
Well, you saying that funds teams, it's like what the Big Ten did to the MAC this year, like canceling all their games against them and shit like that. It's all fucked up, dude. Hopefully it doesn't go through.
But you'll never recover from this.
No. Well, not
Like,
the teams that said they were going to go.
So you have Klopp, who brought Liverpool back, like, hadn't won a league title in 30 years, and their fucking owners didn't tell him. They didn't tell him. The players didn't know.
No, they couldn't tell anyone who was other than the owners because they would have got out.
Like, I don't think the players will play. I don't think there's enough money to make this happen. I really don't. Yeah. I can't see it.
I mean, because then now it puts a bad position for the players.
And the new the new Champions League idea that came out was incredible.
Oh,
like,
I did see that. Yeah.
Like, that setup is unbelievable. 36 teams and it's like a league.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking awesome.
Hopefully it gets worked out, pal. I just wanted to give you.
It's tough, dude.
It's tough. It is.
I mean,
tough.
Liverpool, like Gary Neville said, you'll never see Man United and Liverpool come together. I didn't think I'd ever see it in my lifetime. Liverpool's motto is "You'll never walk alone," and this is what you're fucking doing. Like, these teams came from nothing. Manchester United was nothing before Sir Alex Ferguson. Man City was nothing before this oil money came in. Like, the top 6 now is not the top 6 years ago was fucking Derby County.
Yeah.
Like, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Liverpool are barely in the top 6 in England right now. I wouldn't say Arsenal or Tottenham are top 30 teams in the league or in the world. Sorry.
Not this year, no.
You know what I'm like?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I'm with you, but the thing is, everyone's on the same fucking page on this, except for the owners. All right. Let's get into baseball. You got baseball winners for today?
Yeah, I got a few for today.
All right, so today, game had already happened. Sox and the Sox, white and the red. Red Sox won 11-4. I had the Red Sox first 5. I liked them because I can't remember.
Evaldi.
Yeah, Evaldi was pitching, but they were also minus 104, which was a short for me. And they're the number 1 hitting team versus right-handed pitchers. Giolito's ERA on the road was not as great.
He'll have
but I thought he
like
had a
this.
day. So I took the under. And the Red Sox, I obviously lost the under, but I got the Red Sox there. You didn't have anything on early.
No, you try and stay away from betting the Sox if I can. But Giolito has those games, man. And it's
Patriots Day, I wasn't going fucking against the Sox.
Evaldi had 10 Ks in 6 innings.
I tweeted earlier there, and I only said the Sox. Like, when I say the Sox, I'm talking about the Red Sox. I'll say White Sox when I'm talking about the White Sox. There's only one Sox.
Sox.
7:05, San Francisco at Philadelphia. Kevin Gausman versus Chase Anderson. I wanted to maybe lean Gausman here. I didn't like it, though. His expected ERA's up. Chase Anderson's ERA's up. Philly's a better hitting team, but I'm staying away from this one. You?
I'll take the Phillies plus a half first 5, Tony.
Oh, they're getting plus a half?
Yeah. Giants are averaging league worst 1.47 runs per first 5.
They're actually, I think, 13-1 or 12-1 in the first 500 now. I sent that to you the other day.
Chase Anderson, I mean, he's decent, and the Phillies are 7-2 at home.
What's the juice on that plus a half?
134.
It's not terrible.
I mean, the Phillies.
I would lean that then for sure.
I'm just not sold on Gausman.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean,
there.
I'm not particularly
No,
sold
yeah.
on Anderson, but he does have a good track record against the Giants.
St. Louis at Washington, 7-5. Jack Flaherty versus Joe Ross. I do have a pick here. I'm taking Nationals first 5 plus a half. It's minus 138 versus Cards. St. Louis has not been good versus right-handed pitching. They're number 26 this season and number 27th in the league in the last 7 days as far as versus right-handed pitching. Nationals, on the other hand, are top 10 in both versus right-handed pitching. Joe Ross has not given up a run in 11 innings this season. Jack Flaherty has a 4.87 expected ERA. So if I could get the Nationals plus a half first 5 minus 138, I'm going to do that in this game. You got anything for this one?
I'm going the other way, Tony.
You are, motherfucker.
I love Flaherty. I think he's very, very good. And the Nationals are 2-6-5 in their first 5. So
That's not good.
I expect Joe Ross to come back to earth
Here's a
at
question.
some point.
Here's a question. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
I am worried about that.
I mean, the Cardinals are not great first 5 either.
Question that normally gets asked to us. I've been having a hard time finding first 5 trends. Do you have a site for that?
Yeah, OddShark.
OddShark has them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just stumbled across it
good
today,
to know.
actually.
OddShark has all your first 5 trends. I just fucking found that out too.
And then there was another one I was looking at, something analytics. I'll tweet it out. But yeah, so Cardinals are averaging 2.87 runs per first 5.
Mm-hmm.
Nationals 1.92 per.
Yeah.
I mean,
I liked him getting a half.
yeah, I love getting a half too. I just think Joe Ross, at some point, he's got to get got here.
Tampa Bay at Kansas City. Kansas City's off to their best start since they won the World Series in 2015. Josh Fleming and Danny Duffy. I was looking to take Kansas City in this spot. When I started looking at it, I was like, oh, I kind of like Kansas City here. They are minus 102 money line. Rays are minus 116 money line. So Kansas City's technically the dog here, and they are, let me see first 5 if they're getting a half or not. First 5, Kansas City is getting a half, minus 154. Then I started looking at the pitching matchups, and Danny Duffy, if I remember correctly, has a good ERA. If I remember, let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. Yeah, his ERA is .75.
Duff, man?
Yeah, but his expected ERA is almost 5. Ooh. He gave up 8 hits last game and only gave up 1 run.
That was fucking Robbie Ray yesterday for the Blue Jays. That guy danced with fire all fucking game. He had first inning, he had second and third, nobody out. He gave up no runs in the first 5, and he had 2 guys on base every fucking
Speaking of that,
inning.
the Yanks fucking stink, dude.
I mean,
but because of the expected ERA, I stayed away. But if I had to lean here, I would go Royals plus the half. But I'm going to stay away. Are you on this one?
yeah, I would lean that way with you, Tony. Okay. I don't. Tampa Bay is not. I mean, they played well against the Yanks, but.
So I'm in a situation here. Kohei Arihara is on the mound for the Rangers. He's a rookie at Los Angeles, the Angels. Dylan Bundy's on the mound for the Angels. And I loved after I looked at everything, I loved the Angels. Let's see here. The Angels are number 1 versus right-hand pitching in the last week and number 3 overall for the season. Texas number 25 in the last 7 days and not good for the season either. Dylan Bundy is a 2.15 ERA.
How did Bundy all of a sudden get good?
And then Arihara has 6.57. So I was like, I love the Angels here. And then I went and looked, and I went to take the first 5.
Yeah, good luck.
The first 5 for the Angels. If you were taking this, like if you wanted anything that resembled any sort of value, they're minus 260 on the first 5 money line. And then the run line, they're minus 1.5, which I am not taking a minus 1.5 first 5 run. So I did some searching on FanDuel Sportsbook, and I could get the Angels to be leading after the 4th inning at minus 134. So I jumped on that. I don't know. I mean, it's 1 inning difference. It's 1 less at bat. But I'm going to roll the dice here. I'm taking the Angels to lead after the 4th inning.
Fair play.
Minus 134. You got anything there?
No, thank you.
Yeah, I figured. Dodgers at the Mariners. Another huge line here. Dustin May versus Justice Sheffield. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have a great outing his last time. So, and Dodgers are minus 200 here. You got anything here? I'm not taking anything.
Nah, the Dodgers, I mean, they're tough to bet on or against just because there's so much juice. They're good for the Good for the Padres getting one yesterday.
That was a great series.
Because if they got swept, man, Kershaw's out of his fucking mind. By the way, if he thinks that guy swung the bat late to hit his catcher's gloves,
Kershaw's
that was
an asshole,
fucking stupid.
So yeah, that was a great series. I'm not taking anything in that game tonight. Jay, can you call our guest if you get a chance? Thank you. And then the last game of the night, 10:10 p.m. Well, also the Dodgers started at 10:10 too. Milwaukee at San Diego. Brandon Woodruff, Joe Musgrove. Pretty good matchup
That's
here.
a fucking duel, Tone.
They both have 2.25 expected ERAs.
Woodruff, the only starting pitcher who hasn't given up a dinger this year.
He's been fucking unbelievable. I rode him last week, him and the Cubs to an under. My thing here is Musgrove he had his bad start after his. So I think Musgrove's going to be back. I looked at the under. It's a 3.5. I think
I'm surprised they haven't brought those down to 3.
The game is 6.5. The first 5 under is 3.5 juiced to -140, which was a little too much for me. So I was looking at potentially taking the dog here in the Brewers +5 or first 5 +0.5 -122, just because I think it's going to be a good pitching matchup. San Diego has the better lineup, but there may be a bit of a setback or a lull after the big series with the little hangovers after the series with Dodgers. So I'm gonna take the Brewers first 5 +0.5.
I'll go Musgrove first 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like the Padres. I think that maybe they'll go the other way. They'll ride that big win.
This was
yesterday.
a coin toss to me.
I mean, either. Hey, there's not a bad bet here, I don't think. Whatever way you go on this game, I think.
We got a guest today because we said we fucking would, and I will never let you guys down.
Baby Tone.
It's a betting analyst for Nesson and Fox Sports.
Oh, Nesson.
Yeah, Nesson. Host of Chicken Dinner. He told me just to call him Sammy P. But I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm going to try to say his last name. It's Sam Panayotовich. I think I fucking nailed that. Welcome to Hammer Dahn! Sam, did I?
Yeah, almost. A little close. You added a couple extra syllables, but it's all right, Diggs. No problem.
Hey, you're a Chicago guy, right?
Yeah, I was enjoying the Sox versus Sox thing. I'm in a weird place because I am a White Sox fan working for the home of the Red Sox, and I have to pick this series with integrity. And I can't, openly pick against the Red Sox because my bosses will hang me out the window or whatever. So I decided to get cute and went first 5 under, game under. It was over in the first inning. So.
Yes. Well, we were talking about fucking Evaldi's been unbelievable this year. And then Giolito, normally good, but he'll throw a fucking stinker out every once in a while. So I was on the under too. So no one's gonna blame you there.
The problem is when you lose in Boston and you pick against the Boston teams, the vitriol goes up a notch. You could pick on the Sox or the Bruins or the Patriots, and if you lose, it's like, all right, we're already mad. We already hate these teams anyways, a lot of the Boston fans. But when you pick against Boston, the slings and arrows come from all directions.
Well, especially on fucking Patriots Day. Do that at your own fucking, not me, pal.
It's my own fault. You're right. By the way, before we do anything else, the first time I came across Tone Diggs, I was working at VSiN in Las Vegas. And my brother goes, "You made it on Diggs' timeline." And I'm like, okay, well, what did I do? You were getting pulled over by the feds or something like that. And I was telling a story on that show on a Friday morning. You were getting pulled over by the cops as I was hosting. And the video you put up, I'm talking in the background of it on the air.
Oh, the feds. I got pulled over speeding, dude.
Fucking bookie, dude.
No, I remember that now because I remember fucking taking a picture of my rear view mirror, and I think I tagged Todd McComas in that, and fucking I looked back and VSiN was on the radio. So yeah, I do remember that. I had no idea that you were with them at one point.
I was out there for a year and a half. Yeah, it was wild. That was when Brent Musburger was still hosting Monday through Fridays. They've had a couple different alterations and variations of their lineup. But for work, every single day, I mean, you guys live in a fun factory. That's where you go to work. I mean, the place is fucking wild. Try going to work every day, past the blackjack table, past the slots, past all that shit on the way to work to talk about betting. You're hearing the bells and whistles literally everywhere you go. Our studio was in the middle of a casino.
It still is. I mean, it's in the middle of Circa now. You poor timing on your part. I'd have a hard time not putting 5 on black every time I walked past. Did you like living in Vegas though?
I didn't like it because I didn't make much money. I was still on the low end of the totem pole there, so making like $37 a week.
I hear you.
The worst part would be when you'd have friends that would come into town, and when I'm 27, 28, I'm still sort of climbing that broadcasting ladder, and my friends are accountants or dentists or whatever, and they're loaded. And, I'm ordering croutons for dinner and water to drink and shit. It's just hard to live there when you don't make any money. But the hardest part's when you're going on dates and you have no money, or when all the boys come to town and all the boys got money.
Hold on one second. I'm just reading the chat real quick. Mitt, did you spell analyst wrong?
Probably.
Not a big Mitt.
My brother told me, by the way, he said, don't trust Mitt. I was trying to do the scouting report for all you guys, and he listens every day. The pod, Pat, you guys, and he says, don't trust Mitt with your life. And I was like, well, I wouldn't anyways, but it's good to know.
Pretty good life lesson too. So what are you betting? Are you betting NBA? Or are you betting MLB now the football season? What do you like to bet the most?
I love baseball, but I'm getting my teeth kicked in this game. And I've had a lot of first fives. I love first fives. And I've been doing it for about 7-8 years. Now it's starting to get a lot more popular. But I've had first five unders where it's 1-1 after 4, and then it's 6-1 after 5. And you're like, the Grim Reaper of gambling keeps you alive. Those are the worst losses, where you're right, and then you have the victory ripped out of your talons. So I played a lot of first fives in baseball, but I've been on the wrong side of a lot of those. But hockey's actually been my best sport all year.
Oh, really?
I like the wild tonight, but I like to do the regulation and the exotics. I even love first periods, overs or unders. But I took the wild in regulation at plus 100. They're on the road in Arizona. I think Minnesota's going to win the game, but I love to minimize the juice. You talked earlier about price shopping. I like to turn those minuses into pluses. Wild, they're minus 140 on the money line, but in regulation, it's a 60-minute bet. They have to win it in regulation. But I turn that minus 140 into plus 100.
Yeah, I was talking about earlier because the Angels, I went with the 4th inning bet, but there was another bet that said, will the home team bat in the 9th inning, which is very similar to Angels' money line. And the Angels' money line was like minus 260, but will they bat in the 9th inning was like minus 150, something like that. So, like, it's basically the same fucking bet, but you're getting the juice is 100 points different.
Yeah, sometimes they fall asleep in the back room of the trading room. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, somebody just hit the wrong button. And you can sort of scalp them at certain points. This happened. I was at the Golden Nugget when they found out that rather than make all of the prices minus 115 or minus 125 or minus 135, all the ones somehow turned into 2s. So if you were looking for the right dog, instead of getting plus 105 or plus 100 or whatever, you were getting plus 190, plus 200. And if the right underdog hit, I mean, you made more than $1 back on your money. So that does actually happen. I mean, there's a lot of algorithms and a lot of automated stuff, but sometimes a lot of these things go in by hand and people just hit the wrong button.
Do you like anything else in the NHL tonight?
No, I do actually. I will say this. I have the Bruins to win the Stanley Cup at 20, at 18, and at 14. And I don't know how many people are aware. Ever since the trade deadline, they're 4-0. So this isn't a play tonight because they don't play again until tomorrow, and they'll be a big favorite against Buffalo. Buffalo blows. Yeah, they do. But you're looking at Boston. You can still shop around and find them like 16-1 to win the Stanley Cup. They don't even have to win the cup for you to make money, right? If they get through that first round series against Washington, that's likely the matchup. They'll get into the second round. They'll probably be favored against whoever they face. If they can win the East, you're talking about a price that you'll have in your pocket at 16-1. At that point, they'll probably be 6 or 7-1, and then from there you can hedge or get creative. Diggs, they haven't had their goalie pretty much half the season. I mean, Tuukka Rask's played 16 games. They've been without 2 or 3 defensemen for the last 2 months. They've been hobbled. They've been banged up, but they make a couple moves. They bring in Taylor Hall. They trade for Mike Riley. Lazar's a good fourth-line guy. This team plays very good defense, and if Rask is in between the pipes, that's going to be a tough team because they get better over the course of a series. It's tough to beat them 4 out of 7.
I like it. And for those of you listening who don't know what a hedge is, if you take the Bruins to win the Cup and then make it all the way to the finals, and you have it at 16-1, then you could put a little bit of money on their opponent from the Western Conference in the finals so that you know that you are making a profit. And that's hedging. Find yourself a good hedge calculator because the math sometimes gets difficult. So what do you like? Do you like anything tonight in the MLB then?
I do like the Cardinals. I'll break the tie on this one, but I'm not going first five. I think Gump's on the Birds, and I'm on the Birds too. I just love Flaherty at this price.
Yes, sir.
I'm all about right team, right price. You rarely get Jack Flaherty around -110. Now, sometimes it's too good to be true, and the guy could give up 4 runs in the first. It's part of the game, right? It's a revolver. I do like that bet at that price. And I was looking at Woodruff, strikeouts over potentially. And the price on him, I mean, usually when you get Woodruff on the hill for the Brew Crew, he's -130, 140, 150. You can get the Brewers tonight +145 if you shop around. I know Musgrove threw a no-hitter, and I think that's still entrenched in the back of a lot of people's minds. I like to kind of fade the guy that threw the perfecto or the no-no for the next month. Usually you get good value betting against those guys, and the price goes up on your side. So I took a poke at +145 on Milwaukee.
Yeah, I took him. I took Milwaukee too as the dog, just because they were the dog in this matchup of the good pitching matchups. You like any other futures or anything?
I was looking at a couple AL East teams, like the Yankees right now, who, by the way, are the worst team to wager on in baseball.
Yep.
-10.5 units. If you blindly bet the Yanks on every start, you're already down 10.5 units, which is almost impossible considering they played 15 games. That's wild math, and that's bad math. But there are a couple teams. You like Toronto or Tampa. The Red Sox hot start, the Yankees slow start have created good value in quotations, on Tampa and Toronto. You shop around there, you can find Tampa at like +550. You can find Toronto at 5-1. This is to win the division. I mean, this thing is still tight. It's early. It's April. If you don't believe in the Red Sox and you hate the Yankees, you could get pretty good value. I was trying to go back and forth between Tampa, Toronto. I'm still sort of torn, but that's what I would look at right now because you take advantage of the Red Sox strong start and you take advantage of the Yankees being awful.
Do you think the Red Sox start is like sustainable, or do we think that they're going to fade a bit?
I said if they're alive by June 1st, they can be in it till the end.
Yeah.
Because when it gets to June 1 on the calendar, that's ideally when they get Chris Sale back.
Yeah.
And then at that point in time, you have Sale, Evaldi, and Erod. That's a pretty good 1, 2, 3, assuming everybody stays healthy. And offensively, you knew they were going to score some runs.
Yeah.
The biggest issue for me was the defense and the bullpen. And the bullpen's been okay. I don't know that I like Matt Barnes a lot in the 9th inning in a pressure cooker situation, like in September or October.
Definitely not.
But as far as winning games and winning 2 out of 3, like Meatloaf always said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. They've been very good because they hit the shit out of the baseball. And I had one analyst tell me this. He's a national baseball analyst. He said something like this. All of baseball is busy playing with their calculators, and the Red Sox have guys that mash.
Yeah.
Like, they just hit the baseball, they get on base, they don't strike out a lot. I don't think the under is ever safe in a Red Sox game. So they have the offense that can keep them in games. And when they're not in games, they're still good enough to churn butter and cut those leads down. They're a good live betting team, too. There have been a couple of their wins where they're down 3-1, 4-1 in the 5th or 6th inning. And then you look up in the 8th and they're up 7-4. You could have bet them 5 or 6-1 live. So that's a team I think will never be dead in most nights.
Sam,
Erod just is... I don't know. That guy, man. Like, there's always something happening with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like the Carlos Rodon of Boston.
Right?
Although I covered Rodon for years. He was always hurt. He was always out of shape. You know, he could never stay on the hill for 4 or 5 straight starts. It's very similar with Erod. There's always something. I remember didn't he break his foot covering first base a couple years ago?
Well, when he first came to Boston, his first 3 starts, he literally just threw gas and gave up no runs, and everyone was like, "Holy shit!" Because they got him for Andrew Miller from the Orioles, and then ever since then, it's like, man, you just can't stay healthy for a whole year.
Hey, speaking of Rodon,
you can find lightning in a bottle though with guys like that, and I think I don't think anybody in the world would answer this trivia question correctly. The most profitable pitcher in Major League Baseball right now. Do you guys know who it is?
Maybe it might be Evaldi. Is it Evaldi?
No, Chad Kuhl from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's up already 4 units because when you think about the Pirates, they're priced very lowly every single day. They're 3-1 when he starts, but he's cashed for you at +180, +190, and +210. In 4 starts, you're already up 4-8, and if he wins 2 more starts at plus money, like, he's going to make you money no matter what this year. That's wild to think that it's a right-hander, an obscure right-hander on the Pittsburgh Pirates of all teams.
No, that makes sense.
That's the most profitable guy. It's Cool number one, Savali from Cleveland, and then Kyle Gibson. Those are the three most profitable guys in the game right now.
That was the best when Greinke was on the D-backs, because every game he would be +0.5 first 5 because they stunk so bad.
Hey, you know my guy fucking Dane Dunning too.
Double D.
Oh, did you have to bring up Dane Dunning?
Why?
Really? Did we have to go there?
Why?
I'm
What are you
so
talking
pissed
about?
at that trade still.
Before we let you out of here, how do you feel? Because the White Sox were one of the favorites going into the season. How do you feel about them right now?
I don't know if La Russa is going to be awake that much longer. You know, like did you ever catch him like 8th inning West Coast game? They don't cut to him on the White Sox broadcast.
Fucking 85.
because he's asleep.
Yeah.
The bullpen management's been bad. The defense has been really questionable, and they don't have a lot of depth. We saw that. Eloy goes down, torn pec. Anderson missed some time. They're playing guys that shouldn't play on, every other day, and I think the depth on that team isn't as great as people thought. They're still good enough to win the division, and that bullpen's very good with Aaron Bummer, Liam Hendricks. The rotation should be fine, but I need my manager awake in the 7th and 8th inning when the games count. I don't think that's too much to ask for either.
If you go against La Russa on the internet, you will get. I mean, I buried him in some. He's the best coach of all. Like, I know he's a great coach. I get it. He just doesn't need to coach anymore.
Sam,
yeah, I don't know how he's going to make it to October, buddy. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm grateful. I'm hopeful, but I have my doubts.
When AJ Hinch was out there too, right?
Yeah.
I mean.
hey Sam, we can't thank you enough for coming on. Go follow Sam at SPShoot on the Twitter machine. You can also find him on Nesson, Fox Sports, and he hosts a podcast, Chicken Dinner. We can't thank you enough, pal. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, y'all. Hammer Dahn.
Hammer Dahn. Gets it. He gets it.
Good dude.
Hey, good information there.
Fucking Pirates, dude. Johnny Cool.
Chad Cole, let's have a little fucking respect, dude. I mean, not a surprise that the Buccos are leading the
I
league
thought
in
he was going to
fucking-
say Brubaker's a fucking weapon. He's good. Like, good.
Hey, Dane Dunning's my fucking guy.
He's on the.
Rangers.
Where'd he get traded from? The White
Sox
Sox?
must have.
Oh, it was in that Lance Lynn trade. Must
Yes.
have been. Lance Lynn is hurt
Yeah.
now, too. That's going to hurt the bank account.
He's awesome.
I will take Lance Lynn first 5 every time.
All right, so we got our MLB, which was mine was Nationals first 5 +0.5 -138 versus the Cards. I have the Angels leading after the 4th -134 versus Texas, and I think I got a tweet that they took that down. So you're welcome. And then the Brewers first 5 +0.5 -122 are mine. What do you got, Gumpy?
I got Phillies +0.5 first 5, Cardinals first 5 money line, and Padres first 5 money line.
Beautiful, man. How'd you do in FCS this weekend? Playoffs start next weekend, I
I
think.
went 1-2. North Dakota State, they blew it.
Did the playoffs start next weekend, or was that this weekend that I saw the graphic?
I thought playoffs were starting this upcoming weekend.
Let's take a look quickly at the NBA slate for tonight. I didn't take. God damn it! I knew this was gonna happen. I didn't take one fucking pick on Friday that I gave out, and they believe they went 5-0. So could have told you that was gonna happen.
It's good stuff.
For the good of the show, I'm not gonna take any of these tonight either. So you're welcome, listeners. You're fucking welcome. Mitt, you got anything for tonight as we go through the schedule, just so I know?
Yeah, I got a couple plays for tonight. Tony.
Cleveland at Detroit. I would lean towards the Pistons getting points at home. I believe they're getting 3 at home. Yeah, +3 against the Cavs. I guess technically the Cavs are still fighting for the 10th spot there in the East to try to get in the play-in or whatever. But I like, as far as the trends are concerned, I like the Pistons here tonight. You got anything on that one, Mitt?
Yeah, for the reason that you just said, the Cavs are fighting for that last spot, that kind of the Mickey Mouse playoff spot. I'm taking the Cavs -3. I think Detroit is a very bad team.
They are. So are the Cavs. I mean,
Yeah.
I've learned, because this has bit me in the ass, and it's bit Gumpy in the ass too, I think, a couple times. Like, when you think as a gambler, like, this team has to win, they're playing for a playoff spot versus a team that doesn't have anything to play for, that is not the case in gambling. That is not the case. A lot of times, it does not work out that way. Let's see here. The Bulls at Celtics. I like the Celtics in this one. They're coming in hot. I believe they're 7-1 since Paul Pierce went live on IG.
Oh, yeah.
So I like the Celtics here. Minus the 6 is what I saw. Oh, it's 6. Has moved to 6.5. It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, I love this play as well. Boston, I think they're definitely going to cover the 6. I would even put it up to like 8.
Oh,
Get a little plus line, eliminate the juice.
Mid Linemaker.
Mitty Lines.
I love when Mitty Linemakers is back. Golden State plus 9 against the Sixers in Philadelphia. I'm going to stay away from that one.
Yes, a big stay away from me as well. Philadelphia's playing good, and actually Golden State has been playing super good lately. I would lean towards Golden State on that one.
Steph was very hot, or has been very hot, but depends on if he gets any sort of help. Thunder, Thunder, I just saw are 0-10 in their last 10. It could be worse than that. I'm not positive. I know that they are the worst team in the NBA right now. That's why they're getting 12.5 points versus the Wizards at home, over under 232. I think I'm going to take the Wizards here.
The Wiz.
Really?
It's a big
You
line.
laying 12?
It's a big line. I think I'm going to take
Rockets are that bad, but
the
wow,
Thunder. Are.
Tony.
I'm going to take the
Thunder.
Wizards and the under 232. Give it to me.
All right.
Bet on the Wizards at your own risk, but yeah, I could never.
No. Trust me.
You were betting against OKC. I
Me
know.
leaning towards the Pistons and the Wizards is not something that I wanted to do on this Monday. I can promise you that, Mitt. Rockets at the Heat. The line is 6.5. I was to stay away from me for there. Mitt.
I was gonna take the Heat on this one.
Ooh.
I like the Heat on this one. I think they're due for a nice little bounce back.
Suns are at the Bucks, and the Suns are getting 3. Is there fucking injury concerns in that game?
I think they're getting 3 because it's at the Bucks. But
There's
that's really the only
Suns
reason
and
why.
Suns don't have anybody out. If you're gonna give me the Suns as a dog off of a loss, especially, I'm gonna take the Suns. You can fucking take it to the bank with the Suns for that for me. And then let's see here. We have the Spurs and Pacers. I got nothing there. You?
230 seems very high to me. I like the under in this matchup. Pacers play some good defense. Turner's back. Sabonis is back. They're all playing. It'll be a good game. I don't no clue who's gonna win, but I like the under.
Is Sabonis definitely playing?
From what I read, he was off of the injury report.
Okay, because I thought I saw something earlier that he may still be on it, but that could be me. Yeah, Sabonis and Turner are questionable as of 3 p.m., but it could have changed since then. Steph Curry's questionable too. That might be a reason why the 9.5's there.
Ooh.
Jimmy Butler's questionable for the Heat. Ben Simmons questionable for the Sixers. Kemba is questionable for the Celtics. So is Marcus Smart. And Rudy Gobert is probable.
Oof.
Zach
Those-
Levine's out of that
Quite
game.
a
though.
list, huh?
Quite a list there, pal.
Quite a list, mate.
Grizz at Nuggets. I'm going to stay away from this. The line is 7. I don't know if you got anything there, Mitt.
No, I'm staying away from this one as well. I still can't bet on this Nuggets team. I don't really know how they play without Jamal Murray yet.
Yeah, and then the Jazz at the Lakers. I'm not going to touch either one of those teams either.
Can't touch the Jazz right now with Donovan Mitchell out, and you just have no idea what's going to happen with these Lakers. They're the most inconsistent team without LeBron and AD right now.
Yeah. AD, I believe, is back practicing, though, right?
Ooh.
He is back practicing. He will not be playing tonight, though, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You got any? I know it's a tough subject right now, but do you have any early
I'm
week
actually
footy?
thinking that I will not bet on those teams that are in that.
Smart? Fucking yeah, take a stand, dude.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
with
if
you.
I don't, who will?
We're not betting on any of the 12 teams that are fucking.
I'll bet against them.
All right. So, do you have anything early in the week or no?
We got Wednesday. We got a full slate across La Liga, English Premier League, and Serie A.
Do you want to do those tomorrow, or do you?
Yeah,
have
let's
a
do
feel?
that.
Okay, let's do
do
some.
that tomorrow.
Okay, we'll do those tomorrow. Gumby's footy picks coming tomorrow for Wednesday. NHL we covered. I think we're. Oh no, let's go. Let's roll through the boost. You want to roll through the boost?
Got any dingers in there?
Oh well, let's fucking see.
Can we get a fucking dinger in here?
Jazz to win by 11 plus points versus the Lakers plus 200. Stay away from. Oh, we do have a dingus prop.
What do you got?
I don't like it. Juan Soto to hit a home run versus the Cardinals
Ooh, Flaherty. What's it at? It's got to be like plus 400.
plus 520.
I'll ask you this question one more time, my friend. Do you like dingers?
Did I take the Nets?
Do you like money?
I do. I like all those things. And did I also take the Nets?
At plus 500. I mean, that is
Give me Juan Soto.
you
plus the
got to
550.
you have to sprinkle that. That's electric.
Dodgers to win and 9+ total runs scored versus the Mariners plus 220. So the Dodgers are huge favorites to win.
So they went San Diego last night to Seattle. That's not that far.
They're huge favorites to win.
Fucking Sheffield shows
So you would
up
think
some nights,
you would think
dude.
that part.
Oh, you think
of
the
the
win
boost.
is the lock?
Well, no. But if you're looking
This
at the
Mariners
odds,
team, man, they're 10-6. They're a feisty bunch.
Sheffield, fucking
Johnny Sheffield.
the over under is 8.5. I mean, plus 200. What happens if you just let's see if you parlay the money line? If you parlay the money line in the over, it's plus 162. So you're getting that boosted at plus 200.
Dodgers are 13-3.
Yeah, they're very good.
Is this just what it's going to be all year?
They're very good. The horses that they trot out every night,
I mean, Kershaw is dealing, too. I thought he was dead.
they just fucking trot. I mean, you need someone, God, fucking Bauer.
Like, this May guy is a fucking stud.
There's an EPL odds boost. 4+ total goals scored in Chelsea and Brighton.
Tomorrow?
I don't know when it is. No, it's tomorrow at 3.
4?
4+ goals. It's a lot of goals, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
So we're gonna stay away from it.
take fucking...
It's plus 300 to plus 350.
Yeah. No bueno, dude. Brighton plays pretty tight game.
I think we might have maybe an old friend on tomorrow. So we'll leave you guys with that.
An old friend.
An old friend of Hammer Dahn. Maybe do a little draft talk.
Oh.
One of our favorites.
Did Cutmaker's golf hit?
No, nobody had Stuart Sink, so
Dude, fucking...
Stu Sink fucking
What
came
was
out of
he
nowhere,
at?
dude.
Stu
To win?
Sink.
I don't know. I should have looked that up, but
Stu.
I don't think many people had Stu winning.
I don't
this
think
fucking weekend.
anybody had Stu.
We'll be back tomorrow. All the MLB, all the NBA. Pal's got his footy. Trying to get someone in here to talk some draft talk.
Yes, sir.
Since those lines are moving, especially after Trey Lance's pro day. Can't thank you guys enough. We are up to 750 on the rollover. So get your bets in for that. Who won? What did the guy who won on? He did all first. Oh, he did first. A lot of first inning draws.
Oh, yeah.
He enjoyed that. The first inning draws,
I like that bet.
which I don't hate it. So 750 today. We'll be back tomorrow with all of our picks, special guests maybe, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully, we'll give you some fucking more winners. This has been Monday, April 19th from Hammer Dahn.